All right, so once you've actually made your OnShape account, you're going to sign into OnShape. We're going to go over here to the Create button, and we're going to create a new document. I'm going to give this a title. I'm going to name it with my last name, and then a hyphen, followed by disk. Okay? I'm going to hit Create, and it will load up a blank file. And what you'll see are these kind of three pieces of paper, almost like intersecting each other. You'll see some layers over here. It says top, front, right. Right? You can see how those refer to these different pieces of paper, these planes that we're drawing on. Up here we have what's called the view cube, which we can click to shift to different views. We can click these little arrows. Take some time to kind of play with this to orient yourself and figure out exactly how you're looking at the space. If you ever need to reset, just underneath the view cube right here, you can click this and go to trimetric view. And then trimetric view will set you back to this, this default view. Okay, so I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click sketch. It's asking me which plane do I want to sketch on, which piece of paper do I want to sketch on. I want to make sure top is highlighted. See how it says the word top right here? And that one's highlighted, or I can just pick it from over here. I'm going to click it right here. And then you see it just made this sketch one, this blue box right here. I'm going to now click the word top on my view cube. Now I'm looking down at the piece of paper that I'm drawing on, at the sketch that I'm creating. We're going to be using the circle tool right here, the center point circle. And I'm going to click on this center point. As I move my mouse around, I've just clicked once. As I move my mouse around, you'll see that there's this number that appears, and that symbol next to it, that like 0 with a line through it, that's the symbol for diameter. So we're looking at the diameter of this circle. Now with this software, you can just kind of click anywhere and then start typing in the diameter. So let's just click and notice the little diameter box has like a little white box around it now, and I can type in a number. So let's type in, we're going to do a 2-inch diameter on this. I'll do 2, hit enter. And now notice it's put this arrow marker, that's called the dimension line, that says that the diameter of this circle is 2. Okay? I can kind of pinch to zoom here. I'm going to make another circle in the center here. I'm going to click, and I'm just going to drag out to whatever and click again. Now it's asking me what is the diameter of that circle. So this is going to be based on your caliper measurement that you made of your dowel rod. So let's say you measure your dowel rod and it's 0.1 inches. We're going to take that and just add a little bit more to it. So if it's 0.1, we're going to make it 0.2. If it's 0.2, we're going to make it 0.3. If it's 0.25, we're going to make it 0.35, and so on. So I'm going to pretend that I measured and it was 0.125. That's an eighth of an inch, by the way. So I'll make it 0.225. Okay, that's the diameter I'm going to go with. So I just added 0.1 to it. Okay, so I've got a center piece right here. I've got an outer piece right here. I'm now going to go up here to my offset tool, which is O on the keyboard, or offset right here. I'm going to pick this outer edge. And what offset does is it takes an existing line and it either makes it bigger or smaller. It gives you a copy of that line. By default, it makes it larger. We actually don't want it to do that, so we're going to come over here to this little arrow and just click once. And now it's on the inside. Okay, we can either click this number right here to modify it. I'm actually happy with how that looks. This is just a visual thing, so you can leave it kind of any size. But whenever you're done, all you need to do is just come out here and click once, and then click again, and that confirms it. It's asking me again, do I want to type in a value? I'm fine with that value, so I'm just going to hit enter and move on. So now I've got this outer edge and this inner circle right here. We're going to draw a rectangle. Now, we could draw a corner rectangle, but instead we're going to click this little drop down and we're going to do an aligned rectangle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and just click a point on my circle and click another point on my circle, and then see how it's like drawing this down. So I'm going to just kind of bring it to like right here. I realized I forgot a step, so I'm going to undo. This is good because I can show you how to undo. I'm going to Control Z, or I can click this little undo up here. Forgot to offset our inner circle as well. So let's click offset. Let's come in here and click our inner circle. This time we want to offset it on the outside. We want to grow it. So by default, this is fine. See how I put this blue line larger? And that's a fine size. I'll just hit enter and hit enter again, and we're good. Okay, this is where we're going to start drawing our rectangle. So let's come back in. We're going to pick the aligned rectangle. I'm going to pick this outer edge once, and then I'm going to click over here. And then I'm just going to click where this line comes down into this. See how it comes down into this circle? And I'll click again. Okay. Now I'm going to use the trim tool. So this is the trim tool, the little scissors. And what the trim tool does is anytime I'm highlighting something and I click, it will delete that. So I can delete this, I can delete that point, delete that point. You can zoom in and out if it's hard to click. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this top one, this side one, this side one. See the kind of design I've got now? I've got this like empty, this is like one continuous shape. I'm done with my trim tool for now. I'm going to use the pattern tool now. So under this little square, I'm going to click that. We're going to go to circular pattern. We're going to pick this guy, pick this guy. And notice what it's done is it started patterning them around my circle. This little 3 is telling me how many times do I want to pattern this. So I could say I want to pattern it 3 times. I could, if I want to edit that, I could click it and say 4 times. I'm just going to go with 3. And I'll click once to confirm, click again to confirm. Let's go back to our trim tool. And we're going to clean up all these. I'm going to click that, click that, click that, click that. Okay. Now this sketch is done. This is like the final sketch. So we're going to hit this check mark over here that says sketch 1. By the way, this might be like floating in the middle of your screen. That's totally fine. So I'll hit that. And now I'm going to come back over here to my little cube and I'm going to go back to the trimetric view. Okay. Let's make this 3D. We're going to use the extrude tool up here, up top. I'm going to click the inside area. See where my mouse is right now? And I'm going to extrude it 1/4 of an inch. So this extrude menu, which again might be in a different place on your screen, it's asking for the depth. I'll do 0.25, that's 1/4 of an inch. And I'll hit the check mark. And now we have a little 1/4 inch wheel that we've just made. Okay. Last step is we're going to chamfer these 2 rings. This top ring right here and this ring right here. So we're gonna add like a little edge to it. So up here, this is the chamfer tool. Then I'm going to click my outside ring only. And it's giving me a preview right now, so it says like 0.1 is my distance, and you can see it sort of knocks off the edge, it sort of chops the edge off. Let's do 0.05, 0.05. Okay. And in fact, while we're here, before we click that green check, let's go ahead and select the bottom line as well, and that'll do it to the bottom too. Now we'll hit OK. And now we have our base design. At this stage, what you're going to do is you're going to share this file with me. So you're going to go share this document. We're going to go to link sharing, turn on link sharing, and then you're going to copy this, okay? And you're going to email this to me and Roar, okay? Now, you each need to do this process. So you need to make one, and your partner needs to make one, okay? And once you've done that, we'll be 3D printing these parts.